The dinosaur in the pit lane, oh my word, it's like Jurassic Park! Ah, it's a double attacked by a dinosaur! First and third, there's Stoppelman Dawn, now it's my turn! Welcome back to another Race Week Wrapped. I'm Saunders CB and we are back in the capital city of Japan, Tokyo. It's amazing to be back. We've got another double header coming our way this weekend, which obviously means 2 races, means pit boost. Also means maybe a little bit of a discrepancy in weather. Could have a wet race on one day, might be dry the next day. There's so much to get into. Track walk is just about to happen. Drivers are starting to head out. Let's see what they have to say. Jake Hughes, now on the track walk, I would usually ask you about turns, corners, entry points, exit points, but I'm actually going to ask you, who's your Mario Kart character?
So I think I'm more of a Luigi. Mario's too obvious, but Luigi's still like, he's the next big dog.
The underrated of the brothers.
Yeah, exactly. He goes under the radar, he wins more races. I think I've been scarred enough by Rainbow Road in my time.
Did you or do you play any Mario Kart?
I did.
Okay, who's your character choice?
Koopa Trooper. I named my dog after him, and that's kind of like, I'm stuck with that now.
So you're not just a Mario Kart player, you're a Mario Kart fan. To name your pet after one of the characters.
Of course. Koopa, yeah.
Love that, thanks Taylor.
Thank you.
Are you a Mario Kart guy?
I was when I was a kid. Yeah, I enjoyed Mario Kart a lot. I was into games when I was a kid, so yeah.
Is it where you learn everything you know?
Learned how to drift, yeah, but maybe Dan Ticktum's the best at that. He is a drift king, I'll give him that. So.
That sort of game, what was your go-to character? Because I'm a Yoshi guy.
Yes, I was going to say Yoshi guy was a big fan of him. And then Bones as well, if you got like the elite version, was pretty cool.
I imagine you were pretty handy at Mario Kart back in the day.
I wasn't actually, but I've played more Mario Kart this week at events than I have done in my entire life.
Character of choice?
Well, I was actually, its nickname, is it Koopa Trooper?
Koopa Trooper.
My team boss in karting used to call me him because I was a bit bigger than the rest of them.
You know, that's what Taylor Barnard's named his dog after, Koopa Trooper.
Really? Yeah, so Taylor's boss in karting as well was my boss,
yeah.
And he used to call me Koopa Trooper.
It's race day 1 here in Tokyo, and there's a 75% chance it's raining. Make that 100%. It's definitely raining. Last time you saw me was a dry track walk. Now we're here in an absolutely sodden street circuit of Tokyo. Usually at this point I would update you on what happened in qualifying, but there wasn't really a qualifying. They're taking the results from pre-practice 2, which means Oliver Rowland is starting from the front. I'm dressed like an idiot. This is sort of a bin bag chic, although very popular in Tokyo here, so maybe my style is in fact on point. You have to let me know in the comments. Let's see what we can find out. The autograph session is taking place at the moment. That's where the drivers are. Let's see what they have to say.
I had the idea already on Wednesday when I saw the weather. It was quite likely that qualifying and even the race can be cancelled when the weather's like that. So I asked what the procedure was and they came back to me, and it's always the previous session. So it made sense to try and maximise FP1 and FP2 anyway. I don't know if others thought about it, but I think it's a good thing to do.
If they did, they didn't think as hard as you did, because seemingly it worked. You're top of the timings, you're on pole position, and that's exactly why you're top of the standings. Is that foresight?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we've been quick, you know. You have to also do the lap. It's not just about the procedure, but yeah, I think we're in a good place. It's going to be a really tricky race. But yeah, just need to keep it together.
You guys have actually gone so in this weekend. I'm going to come around this way because you've got the new livery, you've got the game, and now you've got these autograph things that are awesome. You've really gone all in.
Now we just need the podium. Easy.
Easy. Are you trying to hide from me by being down there?
No, I need a chair. You are a legend.
Look at that.
Ask and you shall receive.
Can you give us a bit of a context to the bromance that you've got going on with one of the most probably famous on-screen drifters? Tell us about that.
Yeah, we just got on really well. And he's obviously a legend in many ways, but he's also just like a really nice guy. So yeah, had some good chats with him, and yeah, I mean, I'm a bit sort of starstruck with his support, to be honest. It's great.
Look what he wrote, like, to my #1 fan, Dan Ticktum, right? And then look at to the sexiest male fan, some. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, it's pretty cool having friends that are actually drivers, and it's been a real privilege and honor to be accepted into the fold. It's like seeing your old friends, so it's always lovely to come to an event.
It's equally cool for us and the drivers, I'm sure, who grew up watching you on screen doing your thing. I know Dan's getting so into the Tokyo world of motorsport. I think he's been to a few nighttime events this week as well. Yeah. He's getting stuck in.
Yeah. It's cool to see the drivers here into JDM culture. So it's like we have like a shorthand, shared passion. So like right away, there's a friendship that builds. So, it's, in a world that's so divisive today, the cars bring people together, and so that's just an awesome community to be a part of.
That's just really cool, isn't it? Because he can have a full VIP experience, watch it from the hospitality, have a drink in his hand, everything. But he's here in the autograph session, come and chat to the drivers, see the fans. That's the sort of ambassadorship or celebrity interaction that we want in Formula E. Love it. What do you hope from the race? How would you like to see it start?
First of all, I hope we start.
Yeah.
Obviously, now I'm starting P4. It's quite a good position for me to be in, so I hope we can start. I hope I can collect some points. How the race is going to plan out, I have no idea. I think there's going to be quite a lot of safety cars or full course yellows or both, but I just hope that we get on track.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you get back to signing, but while that's been happening, you've had Antonio Felix da Costa do something just horrible. I mean, look at that. Is that what you look like with a moustache, beard and glasses?
I don't know, but I don't think I can try it at the moment.
It's not a look you're willing to try. Mitch, I'm going to squeeze in between you and Nick because it's a bit tight this autograph session. We've come inside because obviously it's very wet outside.
Yeah, it's not the first time you're squeezed between us.
I'm the filling in a Jaguar sandwich. No, I've got that wrong again. The sandwich is the bit in the middle. You're the bread, I'm the filling, so I'm technically the sandwich and you're the bread.
It's getting weird now.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable.
How was it out there in FP2 today? Because it just looks so wet. Hopefully it looks like it's going to dry up a bit. But yeah, tough conditions, no?
Yeah, honestly, really tough. Yeah, visibility, just overall grip, tricky. So at the moment, it doesn't look like it's going to dry out, like if you go outside, but...
Are you using the same weather forecast?
To be honest, we're sitting in the same room and I'm just listening to what he's telling me. So on my side, I mean, I don't start in the points, so would love to get racing and have the opportunity to at least try to get into the top 10.
And worst case scenario, I've always got tomorrow, which does thankfully look a lot drier.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I enjoy racing in the wet. Cars performing well in the rain, so yeah, let's see.
Right, out of 10, happy to be back in Tokyo?
10, man, 10.
Straight up, love that. Awesome, thank you, Nick. There he is, pole position. Oliver Rowland makes his way to the front of the grid. I'll be honest, guys, now we're here. I didn't know if this was going to be possible just a few moments ago. It was still so heavily raining, the wind was picking up, the conditions did not look safe to race in. But in literally the last few moments, last 5-10 minutes or so, it's really dried up and the wind is still going, so it's actually blowing a lot of that water off the surface. So much so, you know what, guys? Bin bag chic is a thing of the past. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't need it. Sophie, thank you very much. Let's talk about where we are on the grid now. It hasn't been the same sort of grid that we're used to in Formula E because it's such a last-minute decision to get all the cars out here ready to start the race. But thankfully, we're here now and we are moments away from this race. How it's going to start at this point, we're not 100% sure. Whether it will be behind a safety car, whether it will be a standing start. All I'm happy about is that we're in this position and at least there is the hope of going racing, which is really, really good. We'll see how that happens. I honestly thought this wasn't going to happen and now we're here. It's great news.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet.
Okay.
We're on the grid, but the track is still really, really wet. But the luck of Formula E, stopped raining, is getting brighter, so I'm optimistic. Let's see. And we're pretty confident on our pace on the wet, so I want to go racing. But yeah, there's a lot of standing water, so
could be a good race here for the Envision team.
Yeah, we need to bring the cars home, but yeah, we are pretty confident in our setup on the wet, so yeah, let's see.
Thank you, Stefan. Cheers. You're seriously ready for action, helmet on, ready to go. I'm just glad we've got to this point.
Yeah, it's good for the crowd that we're finally getting racing. It's going to be very tricky out there. Visibility is going to be zero, so I don't know how we're going to get on. I think the only person that's going to have a clear track is Ollie Rowland at the moment, but we'll give it our best shot.
On the other hand, though, with the potential stoppages, with wet weather like this might cause, that does change the game a little bit strategy-wise when it comes to pit boost.
Yeah, the pit boost could change things up. We'll just have to wait and see, Saunders.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing what you can do. Cheers, Sam. Now, it could have been very easy for us to just sit in the dry, stay comfortable, not get wet. But the reason that we're out here in the rain, bringing this content to you, is because these guys are. They've given up their weekend to come sit in soaking wet grandstands, being battered by wind, to watch Formula E racing. And we're very grateful. Arigato! Arigato! I wish I could speak Japanese just to thank them. I mean, I know arigato, and I've said that a few times, but that is an effort. And that's the sort of fans that Formula E have. Die hard to the end. Doesn't matter what weather it is, they're in the stands, ready for the racing. Even in the few moments since we last spoke, it feels like the conditions have changed again. The rain hasn't come back, but the clouds have just got black. that first lap. It's going to be interesting. See you at the end. Race 1 in Tokyo complete, a very wet and exciting race, and the driver going home with this, Stoffel Van Dorn for Maserati MSG Racing, his first win since 2022 in Monaco. We haven't stolen this, he's just let us borrow it for the purpose of this video. Very kind. Pretty cool, isn't it? Have a look at that. Very good indeed. Completing the podium with great battling throughout the race was Oliver Rowland and Taylor Barnard, then Sebastian Buemi in P4, and then in P5, equaling his best ever finish in Formula E, is of course Dan Tixon. A great race today, a little bit of everything, and the best news, we go again tomorrow, hopefully this time a little bit more drier. And we are back for race day 2 here in Tokyo. Yesterday was great. You can see the weather is completely different today than it was yesterday, so that means a completely different race is ahead of us. We've just had qualifying, and guess what? Oliver Rowland on pole position again. That's 3 in 3 pole positions in Tokyo. We almost were treated to a Dan Tixon first ever pole position in Formula E, but it wasn't meant to be. Still though, best ever starting position for him, starting on the front row. That's what's happened so far. We've got an incredible race coming up soon, but right now, as you can see behind me, the pit lane is filling with fans for the autograph session. Let's go talk to some drivers. Of course, we have to start by speaking to the man on pole position, Oliver Rowland. I'm going to squeeze in here in between you guys. 3 times in Tokyo, 3 times starting from the front. How'd you do it?
Big balls, I guess. No, look, the team did a great job again. The car was pretty fast. Honestly, like, huge respect to all the drivers. I think all the laps we were doing from the groups even through to the duels was 100% on the limit in a very difficult track. So yeah, I really enjoyed the session. Yeah, and full focus on the race.
Let's be honest with me, because it seemed a little bit like you were really having to push to try and keep Tixon at bay, because he was on rails.
Yeah, he was. I mean, to be honest, like my semi-final lap was everything that I had. I mean, I think it was the quickest lap of the day. So, but the final, to be honest, when I knew it was him, I came back a % or 2 just because the risk in the semi-final was massive, and I didn't really want to risk damaging the car and losing a powertrain.
You're going to have a Dan Tixon on your rear bumper for a lot of this race, I think.
It's good. I like Dan. He races fair and with respect, so I don't have too much worries about him.
Oh, looking forward to a potential little battle ahead. Great stuff. Taylor, Sam, I'm going to squeeze in between the two of you. Not to start on a negative, but it's the first time in a while we haven't seen a papaya car in the duels.
I did the same lap time as Antonio, like to the 1,000th, and obviously he made it through because he did it, I think, 12 seconds earlier than what I did it. So I feel like a little bit aggrieved that I didn't get through, but honestly the car felt okay. The car felt good. It was super close in my group. You know, McLaren gave me a great car. Yeah, I didn't think too much of it, to be honest. It was very close in my group.
You had some pretty brave moves in the wet yesterday, and now you're going to need to do some more brave moves in the dry today.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the plan. I'm in the jungle, so I've got to get my elbows out.
How sharp are your elbows feeling today?
They're pretty sharp.
Oh, yes! Thank you, guys. I just want to see if you guys are okay, and if you had any trauma from the dinosaur attack that you just suffered recently.
Oh dear. He was eating me alive. He was keen.
What I was going to come down to say is I'm selling some elbow sharpeners. Are you in the market for some?
Many, yeah. How many places we have got to go?
Quite a few.
17?
I can supply the sharpeners. It's up to you what you do with them.
We're going to go through together. We're going to push everyone out of the way. Like, he takes a Mario Kart, full Mario Kart.
We're going to part the Formula EC and just sail our way through the middle.
Well, attack mode is powerful this year, so there's lots of things possible. You know, my guys did a really good job yesterday. Hopefully we can come up with a great plan again today.
So big moves incoming, full send.
There will be some moves, yes.
Yeah, we got no choice, mate. Full send.
Yes, love it. All right, all the best, guys. Thank you. Lucas, we've got to talk about that sensational lap in the qualifying groups as well. I was outside your garage at the time, and it roared alive when you went through.
Yeah, I cut the chicane and nobody saw it. Yeah, honestly, the car was good on free practice 1 in the dry. I think I finished P7, so we had higher expectations than the qualifying, which was cancelled yesterday. The car in this track, the car feels good, the car feels alive, a bit like in Miami.
We know what happened in Miami. Where are you starting from at the moment, so today?
6 is the best qualifying of the season.
So that's the kind of start of the jungle. Like, the jungle is very much behind that. You're the I don't know what the head of the jungle is. You're like the...
I'm like the silverback gorilla.
You said it first. Well. That was some sensational running in qualifying. I think the whole world was just wanting you to put it on pole position?
Yeah, I think a few people would have been rooting for me, apart from those little weirdos in their Dan Tickton hate bubble. It's funny that they don't comment on the Instagram stuff when I'm doing well, though, isn't it?
Just imagine how angry they are right now.
Yeah,
though.
it gives me a lot of pleasure. I literally don't care what they think. But anyway, yeah, really good day. It's the best the car's felt all season. And yeah, sector 1 and 2, like, I've watched the lap back and like without being too full of myself, like, I don't think there's any more time in it. Like, it was a really good lap. So, and yeah, just was a bit greedy into 15, a bit greedy on the throttle pickup as well, sort of dragged me into the wall, and then the power cut, and then that was it. So yeah, real shame, because I know Ollie went wide as well. Yeah. Battle of the Brits, we both knew we were fast, you know, in the semi-final we did exactly the same time, so we were both pushing. Shame, but would have been nice to just say, oh, I've done it, you know, but overall happy, yeah.
Yesterday equalled your best ever finish. Today your best ever start. I don't want to tempt fate, but you know, could it?
Yeah.
Could it?
Yeah, I think obviously I've been saying for a few rounds now I want a podium. That's definitely the target by the end of the race. We'll have to see. Ollie normally gets things right, so I'll probably just do what he does.
Just stay on his rear bumper.
Yeah, and then lunge him in the last corner.
I mean, you're in a great position where you are. There's a challenge ahead, but no doubt you can put it off.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Good. Cheers, Dan. Thank you. All the best. You're starting ahead of the jungle, thankfully. You're not in that kind of very difficult zone to be in Formula E.
Kind of. Like, you don't want to fall back any more places because then you're gonna be like in that jungle effectively. So it's gonna be quite tough. But you know, we know the Formula E game now.
Nick, now on to you. Where are you starting? Where are you finishing?
Starting P11, and I do not have a crystal ball. Apparently, there is a small chance for rain.
No. This is breaking news coming from weatherman Nick De Vries. What's your source?
The iPhone.
In my opinion, that's probably the most unreliable weather source available.
It was actually my race engineer.
I'm just going to pop to the other side of you. What's this here? It's a little gift you've got with your name on it.
Yeah, should we open it? I think this is just supposed to bring luck. Look, Mahindra win. Yeah, I will not share the letter with you.
Why don't you read it off camera and just let us know if it's...
It's kind.
It's kind. Okay,
it's kind.
good.
It's very kind. Yeah.
Well, all the best of the race, Nick. Thank you. That was a very fun autograph session. I really enjoyed that. And as you can see now behind me, the fans are making their way from the pit lane over to the grandstands to get ready for the race, which is not that far away. Grid up next. See you there. Well, you've caught us right at the end of a very busy grid. There's a lot of jobs we had to do today, so we're here as the drivers are just about to get in their car. You've got Nick Cassidy there. Breaking news, Mitch Evans is not going to be racing today. He hasn't actually been able to get the car, well, not him personally, the mechanics haven't been able to get the car ready because of the incident earlier in the day. The damage was too much to get it turned around in time, and he's not going to be racing today. So unlucky. It just feels like his season's gone from a massive high in Sao Paulo and has now just hasn't been really anywhere since then, despite being good performance. We've got Norman Nasso there, we've got Pascal Verline there. This is going to be an interesting race, guys. A very interesting race. I still don't know whether to believe that overtaking is going to be as easy as others are saying, or whether it's going to be as hard as the other half of the grid is saying. One thing we know for sure is that Formula E doesn't disappoint, and I think we're going to learn a lot once again about attack mode strategy and how crucial it is in this season of Formula E, because that all-wheel drive in the Gen 3 Evo goes a hell of a long way. Anyway, let's see what happens, and I'll see you at the end. So there we have it, an excellent weekend here in Tokyo with Formula E. John, that was a special one because we had that wet race yesterday. Let's get into that first of all. Pretty just hectic.
Well, no qualifying for the first time ever,
Yes.
which is history making in Formula E. That was a strange one. I'm sure the drivers probably knew to get some good times in an FP2. And then a winner who's not won for a long time after we had Buemi win in Monaco after not winning for a long time. Maybe not as long as Sebastian Buemi for Stoffel Van Dorn, but obviously good positive news for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a well-deserved win. It was a very strategic race, and he had the best of that strategy. You know, we hadn't seen that yet when it came to pit boost. It's a full advantage of stoppage like a Ford Porsche or a safety car. We saw a little bit in Monaco with Nico Müller, but not in the same way where it ultimately then led to the race win.
Yeah, when James Roster said on the TV coverage, he's going to lead the race. I was like, hang on a minute, how? And it takes you a moment to go, oh wait, no, he is going to win the race. It's his now sudden race to lose. And then it adds a whole new element, which it adds a whole new dimension to pit boost. And we've talked about pit boost a lot in Monaco, and now we're talking about it again, which must mean it's a good thing.
I think so. I think it's really finding its feet. And the big learning point is that now we know to look out for who's using that energy early to find those optimum windows or when something happens that they can react to. So very good for Stoffel Van Dorn. Of course, we had another Poland? We had another Oliver Rowland
It's been a long week,
on the
hasn't it?
podium.
A long
You can see what I did there, though.
I do,
it was
I like
Rowland,
it.
podium, Poland.
Taylor Barnard, not
Yes.
Oliver Barnard, Taylor Barnard, 4 podiums, 8 races. That's a 50% podium record, which is pretty good in a rookie season, right?
Am I right in thinking the only person that's done better than that is Roland?
Well, there you go. And Roland mentored and had Taylor Barnard on his. Oh, it just ties in so well, right?
This is the biggest advert and endorsement for Oliver Rowland's karting school back in the day, isn't it?
It really
the two
is.
of them work so well together. I mean, that's incredible work. Let's get on to today's race.
Wow.
Because I'm going to say that was one of the all-time greats in Formula E.
We were discussing this in the office. Definitely my favourite race I've been at, but there may be others to rival it back in the day. But certainly the best race in the last 3-4 seasons in Formula E. You don't know who's going to win. Oliver Rowland didn't just win from pole position, he had to drop back and he had to fight his way back. We saw Taylor Barnard fighting his way through there, and then of course, the enigma. Mr. Daniel, I can't remember the middle name, one of them is definitely Charles Tictum. Like finally getting a podium after years of moaning, complaining, not having the car that will do the job.
Yeah.
He's now got the car under him with that Porsche powertrain. He's now got that podium, but Dan Tictum's never happy. Dan Tictum wanted to win that race and thought that he could win that race.
He could win that race. There was a real moment, basically, about that safety car at the end. That's Dan Tictum's race to win. He was 2% up on energy, really pushing down on those in front. That stoppage cost him the race win. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because it wasn't that long ago that we were talking about that outfit really struggling when it came to competitiveness and that powertrain they had behind them, and things have just changed. That investment, that powertrain, that change of branding, dynamics, whatever you want to call it, it's just paid off so well. The team and Dan, of course, going from strength to strength.
That's their first podium since 2018. That team, I know it's changed a lot over the years.
Mexico, I was there.
Exactly.
I remember it well.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, and where do they go now? Alex Wee was saying on the team radio with Dan Tictum, this is just the start. I can't wait to see what the future is for him and the team.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Okay, a couple of other things to think about when it comes to today's race. Taylor Barnard. My heart broke a little bit in that moment, just because he drove, this is what I said, I think Nicky ended up using the line in the broadcast. I said he was driving like a veteran but ended the race like a rookie.
I mean, unlucky.
Yeah,
Eden
yeah.
Mortara shunting him from behind there. What a great weekend for him.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting 2 podiums in a weekend like this where it's so competitive would have been huge for him, but it's not to be. And I think, I mean, let's face it, he's going to be a hot commodity should he be available for other teams. I mean, there's going to be some big teams sniffing around. Whether Neil McLaren or whatever they become can hold on to him is another matter.
It would be a big loss for McLaren if they didn't keep the talents of Taylor Barnard very close to home. But yeah, I think he's doing exceptionally well. Oliver Rowland seemingly unstoppable. It just seems now that it's his championship to lose, surely.
Oh, absolutely is. He says he's going to re-look at things after Shanghai. Given that he's come second, he's had 2 pole positions and the points that come with that, and he's now won a race, finally in Tokyo, 3rd time lucky. If he re-evaluates it after Shanghai, what's he going to do in Shanghai? He'll probably be on the podium at least once in Shanghai as well. He's got a 77-point lead now.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to have, you'll probably know this, the earliest ever Formula E winner?
It's going that way, and let's just put that 77-point lead into context. Oliver Rowland could not turn up for the next 3 races and he would still be in the lead.
Do you think he's just planning because last year he missed Portland? He's just thinking, if I do miss a race weekend, I've got to have that buffer.
It would certainly go toe in line with what he was saying about pre-planning for the wet race yesterday. He's done it exceptionally well, but I think we've got to call it there, John. There was a lot to dissect from that. We go to Shanghai just a week after next. Very different circuit to here. Lots of overtaking, fast-flowing, more traditional layout. We saw it last year. We had that sort of slipstream style of racing. Very, very exciting. Yeah. Oliver Rowland did pretty well there as well. I remember rightly.
Yeah, it's actually quite worrying for all the other drivers, but I'm sure they'll be putting in loads of effort over the next couple of weeks to just get the edge and find out how they can get closer to that man, because at the moment he's beating everybody.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for watching. Get all your thoughts in the comments as always. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you in Shanghai.